Hey guys, welcome back to another quick little tutorial on CG Smoothie. Today, we're learning how to make Pixelart alphabets for if you're making a 2D game and you're doing it in Pixelart, but you don't want to use a font because those can be really gross looking in a 2D game when you're using a low resolution. So I'm going to teach you how you can do a Pixelart alphabet with any size, but I'm going to be doing a 4x4. But if you're doing a smaller game, 3x3 is probably the lowest you can go. And if you want it to be fully legible, I think 5x5, or at least 5 length, or 5 width is the highest per letter, or is the lowest per letter that you would want. But I'm just going to start with 4x4. So for width, do your width value plus 1 times 10. And then for height, do your height value plus 1 times 3. And then it'll create a document, but we're going to delete this background. It's gross. And we're going to make a black layer so that we can see, and change to a white brush. I would just do white because you can, if you're in Unity, you can change the color of the sprite to anything from it. So yeah, what you're going to want to do is make squares that are as big as your letter size. Just do that for each letter. And you can see I turned on a grid that blocks up the letters. I only added the extra 1 to each space because I wanted to have a gap in between each letter. You don't have to do that. It just makes it easier to see. But if you want a smaller file size, definitely get rid of that gap after you're done or while you're still doing it. I'm just gonna finish making these squares. I will see you then. And this can be done in any photo editing software. I just like Photoshop the most. I do have a sprite down here, but Photoshop is just what I'm most used to. I'm trying to get better at a sprite, but not that successful yet. Okay, now that you have your blocks done, I would say get to your eraser and then just erase the things that you want to get rid of to make your letters look more like the actual letter. So like, that's a good A, but I'm gonna round out the corners. And like B, just like, oh, one of these maybe. That's a good B. You can maybe round out the corners, but I don't like that as much. And just keep doing that for all your letters. And if you want to stylize things, a good idea is to give one side of the letter a thickness, like giving the left side an extra thickness. But you don't have to do that. I just did that for my game Spincher. I thought it looked pretty good. This is a 5x5 alphabet, and you can see the left side has 2 pixels on each letter, except for like I and J. But for most of them, yeah. So just do that for your letters. Just erase the things you need, and like, I think I might actually add that part to the C at least. And maybe the D. What does it look like? I would say be consistent if you can, just so that your game looks consistent. Here for like E on a smaller resolution, it is pretty hard. What I do usually is I just let the second, unless it's a bigger thing like this, just make the second one come out a little less, but not as much, but still come out. Same with F. Although for F you can do this. So just do that for all your letters. Again, for like M and W later on, it's going to be hard unless you're higher resolution. So I just make, it's not as legible, but you can kind of still tell that's supposed to be an M if you think about it. For U and V, it's also a little bit hard. What I do is usually I would make the U have that to show it's like a sharper thing, even though the V is sharper. But like the curve starts sooner or later, I guess. W, same as M, upside down. And now once you finish the alphabet, if you want, you can make like punctuation, like here's a period, exclamation point, question mark. The question mark's a lot harder, but, and like comma. So that's how you make a Pixelart font. When you're making it in the game, what I've usually done is just made a separate asset. I'm sure there is a way that you could, like in code, make this work with a text object. But if you want me to figure out a way to do that, let me know in the comments, and I can see if I can figure out how to do that on my own and let you know after. But for now, I think this is a good start for your 2D font needs. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, let me know. You can subscribe, leave a comment, like, and check out the Discord or my socials in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and with that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!